There is an old Chinese proverb. He who rides the tiger often finds it difficult to dismount. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests, we have all learned valuable lessons in our lives from riding the tigers that we see every day, whether it be hobbies, vices, or addictions. Well, the tiger in the Dahlman household is a literal orange and white cat named Oliver. While my wife has been enamored with the cat ever since she adopted him 5 years ago, my relationship with the cat has been a little bit closer to the mathematical law of transitivity. I love my wife, the wife loves the cat, therefore, ipso facto, QED, and the other things my math professor said in college in order to sound smart, I love my wife's cat. But tonight, I want to get something off of my chest. To paraphrase the great philosophers from Twisted Sister, I'm not going to take it anymore. I hate my wife's cat. And tonight, we are going to explore some of the valuable lessons that I have learned from riding the tiger. Lesson number 1, a cat in the way is annoying all day. Oliver has the unique characteristic of being able to lie around the house in the most inconvenient places possible. He manages to station himself at the top of the stairs in a location that is impossible for me to walk over him or around him. Even simple tasks such as washing the dishes or preparing supper becomes more difficult because Oliver manages to station himself exactly 4.5 centimeters behind my left leg. If I back up and accidentally step on his tail, if I don't dislocate my ankle tripping over him, the shriek that he lets out will shatter all of the bones in the lower half of my body. I hate my wife's cat. But one of the advantages of having a cat who is all around the house is that he usually meets me at the door when I come home from work. We all lead stressful lives here in Washington, D.C., and sometimes it is nice to come home from the 9-to-5 strike to somebody who is happy to see you. But we're losing focus, we need to get back to our lessons. We need to go on to lesson number 2. And that is, a cat who resonates is a cat who irritates. When my wife Carla adopted Oliver from a Columbus, Ohio pet shelter 5 years ago, the first line on the card was, orange and white domestic short-hair cat. What she didn't tell me was the second line on the card. This is the loudest cat in the world. Every day I am bombarded with meow, meow, meow. Getting dressed in the morning is met with meow, meow, meow. Getting within 4.5 meters of his food bowl is met with meow, meow, meow. Now you think that picking up his food bowl in order to get him some food would make the meowing go away. No, you're wrong. It only makes the meowing louder and more intense. Meow! 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 I hate my wife's cat. But sometimes the meowing is accompanied by some cute things also. He usually meows when he is chasing a laser pointer throughout the living room. He usually meows when he wraps himself around a stairway railing and kicks at it with his back legs. He usually meows when he gets on his back and wants you to rub his belly. But we're losing focus again. Hate your wife's cat. We need to move on to lesson number 3. And that is, a cat on the bed equals a cat on the head. A few years ago, I had a coworker who would tell me stories that it was a common occurrence for him to wake up in the morning with one of his kittens lying on top of his head. So when my then girlfriend of 7 months said she wanted to adopt Oliver, my senses were immediately perked. Even though I would not propose for another 1.5 years, I knew there was a decent chance that I could someday be living with this woman-cat combination. So Carla agreed. Oliver would never be allowed on top of the bed. Fast forward to 2013, Oliver has full reign of the house. He is able to jump on the furniture. He is able to jump on the dining room table. He's even able to jump on the bed so that he can meow directly into my face. I hate my wife's cat. But this last year brought some big changes in the Dahlman household. Carla was given the opportunity of a lifetime to serve as an agricultural advisor in the Kunduz province of Afghanistan, meaning that Oliver and I would be left at home in Washington, D.C. for an entire year. While Carla and I were able to talk occasionally, it got pretty lonely on the cold winter nights of Washington, D.C. But because Oliver has full reign of the house, he was also able to jump on my lap. And sometimes it was nice to have a little bit of companionship. But we're getting off topic again. We need to get back to our lessons. And we can see whether it is a cat in the way, a cat who meows, or a cat on the bed. I hate my wife's cat. Now I know what you're thinking. Tony, you don't actually hate your wife's cat. You like Oliver. You like when he meets you at the door. You like when he meows, when he plays with you. You like that he jumps up on your lap. And it was only after your wife was a hemisphere away and you desperately missed her that you were able to form a relationship with an animal that you never thought was possible. And while you're trying to have this tough guy image, maybe it's just a little bit more than transitivity. Maybe you actually love your wife's cat. Well, you know what I have to say to that? He who rides the tiger often finds it difficult to dismount. Mr. Contest.